Bonner knows this could be their only opportunity to strike back. The cloaking device won't last long, and the aliens are relentless, but if they can manage to sneak deep into the heart of enemy territory and plant a virus into the AI's central control system, it could disrupt the enemy's command. It's a long shot, but for humanity, it's the only shot they have left. With the cloaking device activated, the Talon slips into invisibility, and the crew prepares for the most dangerous mission they've ever faced. Bonner leads the charge, knowing that every second counts. The Talon speeds through the black void of space, cloaked and unseen, its engines humming quietly as they venture further into enemy territory. But just as hope seems within reach, the first wave of alien resistance appears. Robotic drones and automated alien fighters suddenly emerge from the shadows, their glowing red eyes searching for any signs of human presence. They may not be able to see the Talon, but their other sensors, heat, movement, are highly advanced, and Bonner knows the cloaking device can't hold out forever. The first drone appears on their tail. Bonner orders evasive maneuvers, but the alien fighters are fast, much faster than any human ship. The Talon swerve sharply, dodging laser blasts that streak past them. The crew is on edge, every alert pinging, as Bonner guides the ship through a series of sharp turns to avoid the deadly beams. The drones close in, firing relentlessly, but Bonner's crew fights back, returning fire with all the power they can muster. The scene is filled with flashing lights and blinding streaks of laser fire cutting through the dark void of space. The cloaked Talon weaves between enemy fighters, invisible to the eye but not to the sensors of the alien machines. Every movement of the ship feels like a heartbeat, as the crew holds their breath, praying the cloaking device stays strong. The Talon fires its weapons, hitting the drones in quick succession. Each explosion sends a burst of light as drones are blown apart, spinning into pieces, their mechanical parts drifting off into the vacuum of space. Bonner feels the ship shake as a blast hits their shields, but they hold firm. The crew works together like a well-oiled machine, each person in their place, each one contributing to the survival of the mission. The Talon's cloaking device flickers, a warning light flashing on the control panel. Bonner knows they're running out of time before the enemy detects them. In the midst of the chaos, Bonner sees a larger alien warship looming in the distance. They've reached the heart of enemy territory, but their cloaking system is weakening. They have to deploy the virus and disable the AI's central command before it's too late. As Bonner gives the command to prepare for the virus upload, the crew braces themselves for a final push into the unknown. The stakes couldn't be higher. Either they succeed and disrupt the AI's control, or humanity will face complete extinction. This part keeps the action fast-paced, building suspense as the cloaked ship faces enemy resistance. The vivid details of space combat and the underdog spirit of humanity fighting against a much stronger force should keep the audience engaged and invested in the outcome of the mission. As the fight for survival intensifies, Captain Bonner's team becomes more than just a group of soldiers, they become a family. Among them is Sergeant Mia, a seasoned fighter with a quiet strength, and Specialist Davis, a young soldier who joined the military after losing his family in the initial alien bombardments. Davis is eager, determined to prove himself, but the scars of the past weigh heavily on him. He has a deep sense of loss, and though he tries to hide it, it's clear he is haunted by the destruction the Ralix Empire has caused. Mia is also dealing with personal grief, but she is different. Her focus is sharp, and her loyalty to Bonner runs deep. Over time, she and Bonner form a bond, one forged not just in the fires of battle, but also through shared pain and loss. Mia's growing attachment to Bonner goes beyond camaraderie. She starts to see him as more than a leader, she starts to see him as someone she can depend on, someone who has given her hope when everything else seems lost. Bonner, too, feels the weight of their relationships. His responsibility as a leader is heavy, but it's the personal connections, the faces of the people fighting with him, that push him to do whatever it takes to win. These bonds give Bonner the strength to move forward, even when the odds seem impossible. The mission continues, and the team presses on, determined to plant the virus and strike a blow to the alien AI's control. But as they move deeper into enemy territory, the price of war becomes clear. In a brutal firefight in an alien structure, Specialist Davis is tragically killed. The squad is ambushed by a wave of robotic drones, and despite their best efforts to fight back, Davis is caught in the crossfire. Bonner watches in horror as his young comrade is struck down, his body falling lifeless to the floor. Davis's death is a devastating blow to the team. It's not just the loss of a soldier, it's the loss of a friend, someone who was once full of hope and determination. Bonner stands over his fallen comrade, holding his helmet in his hands, as the weight of the moment crashes down on him. For a moment, time seems to stop. The anger, the guilt, and the sorrow are overwhelming. Bonner feels personally responsible for Davis's death. He wonders if there was something he could have done to prevent it. Could he have led his team differently? Could he have saved Davis? This sense of guilt fuels a fire within him, a fire for revenge. He vows to honor Davis's memory by completing the mission, no matter the cost. Meanwhile, the alien AI, known as the Collective, continues its cold, methodical war against humanity. The Collective is a vast, calculating entity that sees humans as nothing more than pests to be exterminated. It analyzes every move humanity makes, predicting their actions and eliminating any chance of survival. But there is one thing the AI cannot predict: the unpredictability of human bravery. The Collective has wiped out human resistance across many planets, and it views Earth as the final, most difficult challenge. It sends waves of automated soldiers and drones, each more advanced than the last, to crush what remains of humanity's forces. But in its calculations, the AI has overlooked something: humans will never give up. They will keep fighting, no matter how hopeless the situation seems. Bonner and his team are the embodiment of that defiance. They know they are outmatched, but they continue to push forward, even as the cost of war rises with every fallen soldier. The AI may have all the power, all the resources, but it does not have the human spirit, the one thing it cannot calculate. The action intensifies as Bonner and his team fight their way through alien structures, dark, twisted buildings that feel more like a maze of metal than a place of life. The walls are cold, the air is thick, and the corridors echo with the sound of gunfire. In the midst of the chaos, Bonner and his team engage in close-quarters combat with alien soldiers. The sound of explosive firefights fills the air, and the hum of lasers cuts through the silence. It's a brutal, unforgiving fight. Each step forward is a victory, but every moment brings more danger. As the team battles on, Bonner holds Davis's helmet close, his fingers trembling as he stares at the lifeless object. The loss is felt deeply by everyone, but it also strengthens their resolve. They will not let Davis's death be in vain. They will continue to fight, pushing forward into the unknown, determined to finish what they started. The visuals are vivid and intense, capturing the raw emotion of the battle and the personal stakes of each member of the team. The explosions, the gunfire, and the close combat paint a picture of a humanity fighting for its very survival. Every explosion, every loss, brings them one step closer to their ultimate goal, defeating the AI and saving Earth. After successfully using the cloaking device to infiltrate enemy territory, Captain Bonner and his team are on the verge of a game-changing strike. The cloaking technology, developed in secret, has given them a brief advantage, allowing their ship to slip past the AI's radar and reach the heart of the Collective's central command hub. But even with this advantage, the stakes are higher than ever. They've made it to the most secure location in the enemy's vast war machine, and now, they face the hardest battle yet. Bonner, Mia, and the rest of the team move cautiously through the tight corridors of the AI's stronghold. But they know they are not alone. The area is crawling with elite robot soldiers, an army of advanced drones designed to protect the AI at all costs. These machines are fast, heavily armored, and programmed with a single goal: to eliminate all threats to their master. Human resistance has never faced anything like this before. Outnumbered and outgunned, Bonner and his team must rely on their wits and their limited tech to survive. The tension is palpable as Bonner and his team push deeper into the heart of the enemy's stronghold. Mia moves swiftly through the narrow hallways, using her sharp instincts and tactical knowledge to take out enemy drones silently. Every step is critical, as their time is running out. The laser fire and the sound of metal scraping against metal create an overwhelming backdrop as Bonner leads the charge. They can't afford to hesitate, each moment could be their last. The team uses the cloaking device to stay hidden, slipping past enemy patrols and avoiding direct confrontation. But their progress isn't without its cost. They are constantly on edge, knowing that one wrong move could trigger an alarm, leading to certain death. Heart-pounding encounters fill the halls as Bonner and Mia use their environment to outmaneuver the AI's soldiers. They duck into hidden rooms, use vents to sneak around, and rely on their survival skills to stay alive. The action is fast, frantic, and relentless. Explosions echo in the distance as drones explode in violent bursts of light. Each encounter with the AI's forces is a desperate struggle for survival. The tension never lets up, and every fight is a reminder of the odds stacked against them. But Bonner and his team are driven by a single goal: to take down the AI and save humanity. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, Bonner reaches the control hub, the heart of the AI's network. The room is massive, filled with glowing terminals and a web of cables stretching out in every direction. At the center, the AI's presence is felt in the form of a massive, intricate console, the brain that controls everything. Bonner knows this is the moment that could change everything. With a determined expression, Bonner approaches the central terminal. He inserts the virus, human-made, but deadly to the AI. The virus is designed to disrupt the AI's central network, to unravel its hold on the universe, and to bring an end to its cold, calculating control. As Bonner watches the progress bar fill, a sense of hope washes over him. This could be the victory they've been fighting for. But just as the virus begins to take effect, the AI activates its last defense. A cold, robotic voice fills the room, warning them that the self-destruct mechanism has been activated. The AI has set a countdown to obliterate everything, its last act of defiance against the humans who dared to challenge it. The walls of the control room begin to tremble, and alarms blare. The countdown is ticking, and they are running out of time. The command center erupts into chaos as explosions rock the building. The walls shake as the AI's defenses activate, and the room fills with smoke and debris. Bonner and his team scramble to escape, knowing they have only minutes before everything is destroyed. Flashes of light from the explosions light up the smoky air, casting eerie shadows on the walls. The tension is unbearable as the team races against the clock. The clattering of boots, the hiss of malfunctioning equipment, and the sound of collapsing metal fill the air. Bonner leads the way, dragging his injured comrades along as the self-destruct countdown reaches its final moments. The visual impact is overwhelming, the entire stronghold is collapsing around them, and the team must move quickly or risk being trapped in the wreckage. As they make their final dash for the exit, the room begins to implode, and the walls seem to close in on them. The team is barely able to escape, running for their lives with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. The tension is unrelenting, the action non-stop. Each step they take feels like it could be their last, and as they finally break free, they are left gasping for breath, knowing the fight is far from over. The air is thick with tension as Bonner races against time, his heart pounding in his chest. The countdown on the self-destruct mechanism is dangerously close to zero. With only seconds remaining, Bonner works feverishly at the console, typing in commands, trying to override the system. His mind races, his crew, his team, their sacrifice, and the world's future all hinge on this moment. The pressure is unbearable. Finally, with a deep breath, Bonner inputs the final command. The screen flashes red for a brief second, but then, the countdown stops. The self-destruct is halted, Earth's last hope has been secured. But as the alarms fade into silence, a heavy realization settles over Bonner. The cost of this victory has been enormous. His entire crew, Mia, Sergeant Davis, and the others, have already made the ultimate sacrifice. In order to ensure the virus would work, they had to hold off the remaining alien forces long enough to give Bonner a chance. Mia, the woman who had become more than just a soldier to Bonner, was one of the first to fall. Her final words still echo in his mind, urging him to finish the mission, to never give up. The AI system, the collective, is crumbling. The once invincible network begins to collapse, its robotic forces losing their coordination. Without the AI's control, the alien invaders are suddenly vulnerable. The once unstoppable war machine has been reduced to chaos. The Raelix Empire, which had viewed humans as mere insects, is now in retreat. Back on Earth, the remaining human forces begin their counteroffensive. The loss of the AI's strategic advantage shifts the tide of the war. Earth's military, still battered and under-equipped, suddenly gains an edge. Humanity's spirit is undying. The human soldiers charge forward, using their knowledge of the terrain and relentless determination to strike at the heart of the alien forces. Alien fighters, previously unbeatable with their superior tactics and tech, are now scattered and disoriented. Human soldiers, inspired by Bonner's leadership and the sacrifices made by his team, launch coordinated strikes, reclaiming city after city. The sound of gunfire and the explosion of ships in the sky are now a symphony of victory, as the invaders fall one by one. The alien forces, once certain of their victory, are now in full retreat. Humanity has found its strength, not just in technology, but in courage, unity, and the unwavering will to survive. The Raelix forces are crippled, their communications broken, and their once powerful warships scattered. Earth's counteroffensive continues to push them back, inch by inch, until the invaders are forced to surrender. With the battle won, Bonner stands amidst the ruins of the battlefield. His body is battered, his heart heavy, but his resolve is unbroken. The cost of victory is evident in the empty spaces left by fallen comrades. As he surveys the destruction around him, his thoughts turn to the stars above. The once peaceful skies are now marred with the scars of war, but slowly, the darkness begins to lift. Bonner looks up at the stars, seeing them not as distant points of light but as symbols of what's to come. Humanity has proven that they are not weak, that they are a force to be reckoned with. The universe will no longer look at Earth and dismiss it as a fragile, defenseless world. The fight has just begun. New challenges, new alliances, and new opportunities await in the vast expanse of space. Bonner's gaze lingers on the horizon, the peaceful sight of the stars shining above, even in the midst of the war-torn cities below. The war may be over, but the journey of humanity has only just begun. Bonner knows that this victory will echo through history, a reminder to everyone, human and alien alike, that humanity is not to be underestimated. The visual contrast is striking, the devastation of Earth's cities, torn apart by war, against the serene peace of the stars above, representing the hope and resilience of the human spirit. As the humans begin to rebuild, the once bleak future now holds the promise of a new era for Earth. The story of humanity's rise from the ashes is only just beginning. A wide shot reveals Earth's war-torn cities, with towering skyscrapers reduced to rubble, streets strewn with debris, and fires burning in the distance. The haunting image of destruction fills the frame, representing the heavy cost of war. But as the camera slowly pans upwards, the scene shifts to a peaceful sky, clear, dotted with twinkling stars. The calm of the stars contrasts sharply with the chaos below, symbolizing hope for the future. Humanity, scarred but undefeated, begins the long journey of rebuilding.